Hey guys, it's a great week to be alive, unless you've opened up the internet and read anything at all. It's a crazy week for unpriced risks, and I'll start us off here with the first doomsayer here. We've got someone saying that the entire economy is completely boned. Everyone is going to be unemployed. Businesses are going to fail, and it's all AI's fault, but it's not going to happen the way you necessarily think. This firm, Citrini Research, which I had never heard of before, so good job on their marketing team or whoever wrote this article. Really good stuff. You got a lot of algo pickup. And they have this thesis that, one, specifically software as a service. They have a bunch of examples, but software as a service, I think, is their strongest example for this phenomenon that they bring up in their article. It's this. Firms currently, say something like Salesforce or whatever, they employ a lot of people, they make a lot of money. But as agentic software gets better, as AI gets better, people are going to say, why am I paying Salesforce for anything? Why do I pay more for Salesforce each year for anything? I could just develop these tools in-house with my AI buddy. So the AI buddy gets the work, Salesforce loses the work. So what does Salesforce do? They fire more people to keep their profits, their profit line good, to keep above their revenue up, to keep above their kill line. And they hire more AI to replace those missing engineers or salespeople or whatever. Over time, what we're going to see rapidly is what they're claiming, at least, is that as this effect essentially happens across the economy, across various industries in various ways, we're going to see depressed wages, depressed spending. Less spending means less revenue for corporations because the AI agents are just searching out the cheapest option constantly. They're always optimizing. And as this continues to happen, there's going to be less spending because people have less money, less revenue in companies, more firings, then less spending, more firings, less spending. You see, it's a vicious cycle. And they're claiming that we're going to see crazy numbers like the Dow down 20% or something nuts. They make the claim that there's no way to put brakes on this process, that there's really nothing we can do about it. We have to reimagine the economy. They kind of imply something about UBI, which maybe UBI is a solution. I think I have a crazy unpriced risk for this one. I do want to say, though, it's a great article. You should read it, even though I just said I don't buy into it. It brings up a lot of concepts that I find quite interesting. One of them, aside from the death spiral of AI hiring, there's a couple others like pretty much just that AI death spiral one is the one I can think of. This is the best one. Here's how the process could be stopped: is one, there are governments in place, people protest. It's going to be really hard when tax revenues are falling and because there's not enough income to go around and welfare is ballooning. The government's going to step in and do something. Now, the real risk here, I think, is we see some really aggressive legislation on AI, which stops up the whole process. And I have another point here, which is that creative destruction oftentimes just looks like destruction. Now, while these jobs are lost, there will be new opportunities arising as the need for labor changes. How that will look, it's anyone's guess because you can't predict the future. We are living in a new paradigm. I doubt anyone, when they first sent hello world or whatever the hell it was over the internet, could have predicted that YouTube was going to happen. Okay. Things are going to be crazy. One, governments are going to step in aggressively, and we're also going to see industries continuing to rise. But I think the risk here we're looking at is an overreaction from governments. That's my unpriced risk here for this little AI segment, this AI doomsaying segment. It's not that AI is actually going to kill everyone. It's going to be the end of the world. Everyone's going to be unemployed. The real risk here is we're going to halt progress, I believe. That as agentic technology continues to develop, we're going to see unions clustering up. You've already seen this with previous technological developments. We have a lot of infrastructure here in the United States that's a bit dated because we have powerful labor unions that stop up progress. I'll give you an example. I have a buddy who works at a logistics company, and they have a thing called intermodal, where they move the longshoremen use a big claw and they move the shipping containers from the ships to trains and trucks and the like, so you can ship all your stuff around. Now, computers have been able to do that forever. It's very not simple, but it's a problem that they solve pretty easily of how to use a big claw to move object A to point A. Okay, it's super easy. But the union in the way will not allow this to happen. We're talking about a technology that's been ready for over 20 years, has not been deployed. And what this causes is a GDP stop up for everything else. It slows everything else down because these key industries are guarded. So that's the unpriced risk here, is that we may suffer a lot more of the negative externalities of these technologies in the short to medium term because we're so scared of those negative externalities, we do not allow the positive ones to develop fully and blossom rapidly. That is not to say that we should just give Sam Altman $10 trillion, let him do whatever the hell he wants. We do probably need to explore some ideas around restructuring the economy in the form of UBI and the like, but I digress. Or what could happen is this. This is conspiracy time. Maybe not conspiracy time. This is getting a little crazy time with me, Corval. Getting crazy with Corval here. What could happen is this. As we've known for a while, as Elon Musk will not stop telling us, is the birth rates keep falling. Fewer and fewer people each generation. Interesting, as the labor market continues to shrink as well, it's almost as if it's keeping pace. Now, what if AI happens to just replace an equivalent number of people that are leaving the labor force to the point where we have a gradual transition to everyone is just working. There's 500 jobs. There's only 500 people. Couple this with the aggressive anti-immigration stances they're taking over all over the world, because the only people that are really going to directly benefit from this AI stuff are first worlders. Let's be real. What's going to happen is this. That we're expelling all the immigrants from the United States, right? And then we're going to take the United States into a psycho-futuristic pleasure dome dimension, okay, where no one has to work because the AI is so efficient. The robots are flipping patties and picking corn and all that stuff, and you're just at home shooting morphine, getting Elon videos beamed directly into your brain. It's going to be magnificent. It's going to be Wall-E. It's going to be Brave New World. It's going to be Gooner paradigm. It's the Gooner singularity. That's what we're talking about here. That's the other unpriced risk. I mean, I'm kidding about that. Yeah, so basically what will happen is the Western societies are all going to kick out all the immigrants. We're going to replace them with AIs, and then we're going to replace all the lawyers and doctors with AIs. And everyone with AIs, everyone else can stay at home and play League of Legends, shoot morphine, gamble their welfare checks on prediction markets that decide whether or not we're going to airstrike Djibouti or Timbuktu next. I'll see you guys next week. It's been me, Corval. This has been Unpriced Risk. Adios.
Yeah, come on. Yo, this that spooky shit, that real, that's right, that GM Sonic shit, hey yo, Mr. Clean, shout out to Dracula Presley, Corval.